Hey everyone, today we're opening Brass Birmingham, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Well, I'm opening it regardless, even if I'm not pronouncing it correctly. Hey everyone, so I loved Brass Lancashire so much that I looked online. I realized that even though I didn't back the Kickstarter of Brass Birmingham, that they still let us order the limited edition. So I went ahead, I ordered the limited edition. I went ahead, I ordered the custom money. I'm on board, I've caught up, and now I'm ready for whatever new stuff that the Brass game comes out with. I'm hooked. So we're gonna do, I've already opened up the tiles. I just wanna show up the quality of them. And then I'm gonna open up the box. I vaguely know how to play Brass Birmingham. It's mostly like a second version of Brass Lancashire. So it's pretty straightforward if you played the first one or watched my how to play video or anybody else's how to play video. So, okay. So the Iron Clays luxury game counters comes in a super nice box. You can see it's got this plastic overlay. Makes it nice so they don't just fly out. They have this nice ribbon in there. You can pull the ribbon up to kind of like grab it, like so. But I'm really worrying that it's damaging the box. You do get a nice limited edition set thing. It's cool, makes you feel fancy. It's British. I mean, you want to feel fancy. When you open it, you got to keep your pinky out. All right, so the denominations are, you get 2 stacks of 1s. These are like poker chips. I'm in Vegas, so super cool. You get half a stack of 10s. Ooh, 10s. Show the 1 again. And then half a stack of 100s. Lucky you. A full stack of 5s. And a full stack of 20s. Gonna be using the 20s more. You know what's super nice about this is actually the currency that is given with the base game does make it difficult to constantly give change. It encourages you giving larger denominations, which encourages you to need change constantly. With this, it's actually an improvement, I think. Not to mention super nice. All right, I'll just kind of put those out there. Super happy. Brass Birmingham, super nice, of course. They pay close attention to details. They got all this brass colored logos. You know what, I didn't read the back like I normally do. The box is actually overflowing with stuff, which I think is interesting. This is a limited edition and the box is not big enough to contain all the stuff. Brass Birmingham tells the story of a competing entrepreneurs in Birmingham and the surrounding areas during England's Industrial Revolution between the years 1770 and 1870. In this follow-up to the original masterpiece, Brass Lancashire, you will expand your empire by establishing canals and rails and building and developing various industries, including cotton mills, coal mines, ironworks, manufacturers, potteries, and breweries. So, pretty cool. Straightforward. They have class, right? I mean, I just feel like they have class. There's something magical about having less, like less is more sometimes. Okay, so a little separator, don't know. I mean, this is just the tokens. New things in this version is there is pottery, there's manufacturing, They don't have foreign markets. Instead, they have kind of like these trade markets. You've got, you still got the cotton mills, you still got the iron, you still got the coal. And, you know, that's kind of it for the tokens. Same high quality, same art style, super cool. But there you go. Brass Birmingham, the manual. You can see we also have beer barrels. So beer is apparently important in this time period. Same high quality book. Roxley does things right. I really like their stuff. Yeah, they've changed out how you get wild cards, which I think is a little bit better. There's a limit based on the number of players, and yeah, I don't know. There's some cool stuff. Now the first rule book was a little bit complex. I think they've simplified things a little bit, not by making the game simpler, but by just reorganizing the rules a little bit. You can see that the rules are actually shorter than the first one. Same tips, do not be afraid of taking loans. Loans are, you know, a huge part of the game. All right, let's look at the game board. Boom. Big board. Beautiful. It's dark, and it's got some sort of it's like rich, like the colors are rich in a way that just looks so nice. You've got these kind of like kerosene lamps. Everything's lit up. This is the beginning of the future. Like that's basically what it's saying when you have this Industrial Revolution setting building in Birmingham. So some things to note is there are no ports. So instead of ports, you've got these exterior towns, and the exterior towns handle the communication to the foreign world. So no ships, everything is just here, and they seem to be drunkards. They seem to run off of a lot of alcohol. Still got canals, still got rails. You got some things like this is a single connection point, Worcester. This is both beer and two cotton mills. All right, you've got redesigned player mats. So in the redesigned player mats, it's a 4-player game, so still have 4 of them. What you can see is that there's multiple levels of manufacturing, more than just the 4. The same number of tiles, I believe, but that means that as you're going up, there's more differences of types because each level has a different number of victory points and cotton mills. You obviously don't have the ports because there are no ports. You've got the 4 levels of cotton mills, 4 levels of pottery. Interesting thing about 5 levels of pottery. Interesting thing about the pottery is you can see it's gives you a big boost, then no boost. Big boost, no boost. And in the tiles, you cannot develop past these, meaning you can't skip them. You've literally got to build them, and then you've got to overbuild them to get them upgraded, or just expand out and just have them be junk. But yeah, you don't need these, which will vastly encourage overbuilding. In our games, we always avoided overbuilding. I think this is sort of a subtle way of teaching people to overbuild more. But yeah, so it's the thing. You still got the iron mill, you still got the coal. Still looks nice, still looks cool. It's very video game-esque, in my opinion. Okay, so what do we got in here? So my limited edition also came with the currency. I didn't know that. Or did I know that? I don't remember if I knew that. I get crazy sometimes. And I feel like, so you can see that's got not as much currency as the limited edition box. It doesn't have the hundreds. Yeah, I think that's why I bought it anyways. So I have lots and lots of poker chips, but the limited edition means I have access to the other currency types, and that was cool. But it is cool that it kind of fits in here. Let's see, we've got the wooden victory point tracker, income tracker, iron and coal tracker. You've got beer meeples. So if you're collecting all of the types of meeples, there is now wooden beer meeples. Wooden? I think it's wood. Yep, pretty sure it's wood. That is cool. Again, just a little bit more class in your game by having the meeples be wood and not plastic. Better for the environment. Of course, the Industrial Revolution, all that coal getting, pushed into the atmosphere. That's the beginning of when we suddenly had a need to care about the environment because we were about to ruin it. All right, we've got four game trackers. You've got all the towns. Again, you can no longer discard 2 cards as a wild card. Instead, you have to discard 3 cards. And instead, what you do is when you discard 3 cards and you get a wild card industry and a wild card location. And notice the backs are different, slightly. Are they slightly? Are they different? Yeah. So the edges are blue. Oops. Edges are blue on the wild cards, and they're solid black on the normal. So all the other players can see that you have some wild cards, and you're not allowed to get more wild cards as long as you have wild cards in your hand. So that's called the scout action. It's just, I think it just makes it a little bit more clear what's going on by having this new type of action. And yeah, you know what? This game is very straightforward, but it's very complex in order, like, how to get victory points. They give you some nice bags, different sizes, all appropriate sizes. These are the good bags with the little hole in the bottom, so you don't have trapped air. You should just take a hole punch to your bags, and fix those up. So that's the game. Quick box opening. It is a quick game to learn if you learn from someone who knows how to play. Quick game to play, which is super cool. Super deep on getting good at the game and scoring higher and higher. So I think it's worth it. I like games that are deep, not games that are just fun. They have to be fun. Fun is a huge priority, but I want the games to be deep so that I feel like I have months or even years of getting better at this game. And this is pretty cool. You don't see this a lot. This is a game that lets you use what you've learned about Lancashire and now use it for brass. And that's pretty cool. I do like, say for example, Terraforming Mars keeps coming out with more stuff, but it just making the game bigger and bigger and bigger. I wouldn't mind another terraforming game that we sat around and said, you know what? I want to play this version of the game. And again, same like this, 70-80% of the game is reusable for this other game. I think it'd be cool. I want to see more of that. Yeah. All right, guys. So I haven't played this version of the game yet. I'm definitely looking to slate it in the near future. If you've played Brass Birmingham already, post down below. I'm curious what advice you have for someone who's played Lancashire, plays decent. I mean, I don't know, we score 130, 140. I don't know, that's probably not great, but I think it's respectable. So yeah, whatever advice you have for us middler, players. I'm never gonna get tournament style on any of these games, but I'd love to know anything you have to share. All right, bye guys. I get it now. After everything's punched out, these things won't be on top anymore. They'll be inside their cubby. Very smart, Roxley Games. Very smart.